Alright guys, we got a 2013 Ford Explorer Sport. The front has got a pretty hard bang. At first I thought it was the suspension because the suspension's starting to go. But it's not. It's actually the one of the control arm bushings. This one right here, it's all kind of shredded to shit. And that doesn't always mean it's totally bad, but if you look at the other side, you can see it's in pretty good condition, comparative, right? So you look at both, you can tell one's a little worse than the other. Aside from that, there's actual movement, which you're not gonna be able to see because I can't hold the camera steady, but there's fucking movement there, trust me. So anyway, I'm trying to take the fucking thing off. I've done a lot of control arms before, so you know, I loosened up your first one. I think we got 21 millimeter, I want to say 21 mil right there. I started here because I knew it was going to be a total shit show, which it is. The tops here, I thought they were tacked on. They're not. I think there's little lock washers on there and a little nut. And the nut is the top one, sorry, 18 millimeter. The bottom ones are 15 millimeter. I sprayed both, you know, with PDB Blaster. Make sure to soak everything. I definitely soaked this asshole because it's an asshole. It's a total fucking stupid shit design. If it wasn't like this fucking stupid design, I would just cut right here, pop that down like I normally do, and then push this out the fucking top. I don't feel like unbolting the suspension, taking the axle or the half shaft out of the hub and fucking tilting the whole thing down just so I can get one cut bolt off. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish taking these guys out, right over here. I'm gonna lower this down and I'm gonna come at it with my cutoff wheel. I'll beat up the wall and I'm gonna cut it. I'm probably gonna cut the nut in half and then I'm gonna chisel the nut off of it and then just hammer on the control arm, or a lot of times if you just wrap this with a brass hammer, it'll actually pop itself out of there because it should be a tapered fit. So that's kind of where we're at, guys. Again, it's a 2013 Ford Explorer Sport, 72,000 miles on it, I think. It's garaged constantly. You know, it's not too bad. It's in pretty decent shape. All right, so I dropped the other two, or the other three out, one here and two back there, and I've been basically, I tried to hold it with vice grips. It wasn't happening. It's 11 millimeter up top there, but that obviously just stripped out to a round piece of shit. Thanks for fucking wasting my time. So I just went through and I just keep rotating it around and cutting it, as you can see. And then ultimately what I'm gonna do is use this leverage, just put a ball joint bar in there, which is like a little forked thing, and just give it a wrap on here and some pressure, and after I pull apart some of this nut. But I'm just gonna do a couple more rounds of cutting on this with the cutoff wheel because it is a pain in my ass and I'm not gonna waste any more time fucking trying to get this nut off because it is a waste of time. And that's all it's gonna do is waste your time. It's gonna waste your fucking day. So if you're feeling froggy, get in there around here and you can fucking cut it with a cutoff wheel. But I wasn't sure what part was nut and what was washer and what was part of the actual knuckle, and that's aluminum, so I'm not fucking taking a chance on it. So I would rather just cut the nut off, peel it off, and then pop this fucking turd off. So that's what I'm doing. Well, there you have it. I've seen this happen before. You cut a bunch of cuts in the fucking nut, the bolt, everything else. It's kind of cool. You can actually see, I can hold the fucking thing still. You can see the threads inside of it where I cut it. Damn near cut all the way through the bottom of it. And lo and behold, just by doing that, it releases enough rust and pressure with the heat and everything else. Come on, you fucking dumb thing. There we go. Where I can now actually start to turn the nut off. And you can see the rest of the bolt down there. So here's the nut. You see, I had to cut it off, right? Or not really. I mean, I just cut into it and through it and everywhere around it until it finally released, and then I was able to take it right off the top. Problem is, I cut into this washer, and I was trying to watch this lip, which I did a pretty good job with, but I did cut the washer up, and upon inspection, it looks like a custom washer or something that has a true purpose to it. So this is something that I can do. I don't know, most of you probably won't be able to do it. I'm just gonna smooth this out, and then I'm actually gonna tack another very same shaped but thin washer to the top of that, and that way it's still the same height and it's all set to go. You could probably be fine just putting a thick washer back on it, but I'm gonna do that. So then I went to put the new one in. So I moved the ball joint so that I had a good angle on it. You can see that it kind of, goes back this way. And then I put this part in actually first. You can see that the light is shining through there. It's lined up, seems to be pretty close to lined up. And then I did the ball joint side. And then this was the very last piece. And I just kind of grabbed this and moved it and pulled on the, like your knuckle portion as much as I could until I got it lined up. And then I started like putting the bolt in there. And that's kind of where I'm at, everybody. The rest of it should be pretty self-explanatory. You just put your bolts back in after you're done. Probably set an alignment appointment up so you can go get your alignment done. Make sure that nothing's off.